A while back, a photo gained popularity that was believed to be a genuine snapshot from GTA 6. But let's break it to you and let's explain this better. Welcome back to Goat Gaming. Don't forget, so subscribe and like this video if you want the best and fresh news about GTA 6. For quite some time now, numerous pieces of dubious information concerning GTA 6 have been making the rounds, leaving us with a question: how do we distinguish between authentic leaks and fakes? To understand this, we must revisit the time of GTA 5 and the phony trailers. Many of us had viewed some trailers like the ones we're showing on the screen right now, and to be honest, back then they seemed utterly genuine, and we didn't hesitate to believe that they were possibly some highly advanced concepts of a similar game, or the same. But if someone presents something of very dubious origin like this Coca-Cola ad that shocked us, claiming it had something to do with Liberty City, in such cases we don't think we need to explain why it's a sham, or why we should be skeptical. However, the present issue is artificial intelligence and counterfeit photos. Just observe what we did with the leaked photo and see what can be achieved with the tools available. You'll notice we simply enlarged and modified a supposed leak that appears entirely real. The thumbnail you see in this video is completely fabricated with this tool, taking reference from one of the leaked images, making it obviously very tough to differentiate and understand if it's real or not. Yes, these were leaks, but only partially. If you zoom in, you could spot glaring mistakes like this part of the corner, this color, and much more. An authentic leak or a normal screenshot would be finely crafted, where such faults would not be overlooked, but evidently it's not always easy to do so, especially because this photo we mentioned is already starting to spread and go viral in the global community. But we also need to question the rationale behind it. I mean, considering the previous leaks, in one such leak you can see the reflection of the car, which looks extremely realistic. These leaks were supposedly from the era of GTA 4. However, the surroundings and everything else looks very empty. Would a game like GTA, which is known for its attention to detail, leave these aspects so neglected in a final version? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Also, if a person like Timmy claims to have a screenshot of the next GTA and has never uploaded leaks in his life, it's even more suspicious. Very hard to believe. Generally, dedicated Twitter accounts and even Reddit forums that display these leaks also provide you with a brief explanation as to why, and also the respective source, which tends to be more trustworthy. But another very crucial aspect would be the source. If someone now claims that an insider suggested that a monkey is going to feature in the next GTA, and a few years back there was a job posting from Rockstar where details and requests for an animal and monkey expert appeared, then obviously it would make more sense and would be more believable than just saying it without the respective evidence or related information. These are the best and most credible leaks that can surface because a few years back, for example, it was leaked that Rockstar purchased a patent for something related to weather and meteorology, and it so happened that they also started hiring people for the development of this very thing afterwards. Now, this is pretty obvious. We would consider it a leak or information that carries a bit more credibility because there would be job listings and the evidence that they bought the patent. But there are also other things that people tend to overlook, starting with Rockstar's patents. Another way to detect this is through Rockstar's patents, which is one of the most solid sources till date. This is the official patent page of the United States, where all the brands you can imagine are registered in a real database. You can look it up yourself to verify what we're telling you, and when you search for the term Rockstar or Rockstar Games, things like GTA or related to it obviously show up, such as GTA San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto Game, and much more. We can discover things like Los Santos Custom, Vice City Custom, along with things related to pets like Rockstar Pets, Pet Transport, and many more. For instance, there's this one that states we provide security and air transport for pets, offering a service with personalized care and attention. This could obviously be a commercial patent for any other business, but the fact is that you can typically search for this same patent in the Google search engine. If we search for the logo or the page, many entirely different things appear if they're for the same design or purpose that it deals with. Now, as we mentioned in the previous video, it's normal for these types of licenses not to be registered under the direct name of the same company. That is, if we submit GTA San Andreas and it hasn't been released yet, we could maybe say that the patent was created by Timmy, who sooner or later we should have mentioned the specific address, in this case of Take-Two, to demonstrate that they are obviously the proprietors of the patent. But if we scroll down further on this same patent we mentioned, it briefly elaborates more in detail. Of course, many of these features may not make it to the final version. They could implement it for another game in the franchise, since there are also many patents for things like GTA Zombies or something related to it. We guess at some point they considered incorporating it, but it's obvious that it probably won't happen for this reason. This is one of the numerous ways to discover leaks or at least verify the information from them. Others, for instance, take into account job positions, as we mentioned earlier, or take a look at GTA Online itself. Whenever there's a job listing, it usually corresponds to Rockstar, or at least the upcoming projects they have planned. A while back, as we mentioned, there was this job posting from Rockstar's meteorology team, but also a while back there was a game testing job, that is a beta tester. These are the people tasked with testing the video game. This was a long time before GTA 6 was leaked, and it was probably one of the initial reasons why it was leaked. There were also 3D modeling artists specializing in photorealistic and animal design. We talked about this a long time ago, but specifically a long time ago, they were looking for individuals to develop 3D photorealistic models as detailed as possible, focusing on these animals we mentioned earlier, like capybaras, crocodiles, and all animal fauna, but especially tropical animals. This obviously makes complete sense and makes you ponder about what the next animals in GTA 6 or the next project, which we all know what it's going to be, will look like. So this is another method to better comprehend how leaks function, but especially how to validate them. But another extremely significant aspect would be GTA Online, but let's clarify. For example, many years ago when GTA 6 had been leaked and how it was going to operate was announced, they suspiciously had completely 80s style cars and of the style of Vice City, and obviously it was also inspired by and centered on this style of business, which is obviously quite distinct from what they had been doing in GTA Online, where we were literally traveling to almost a new map of the same video game. Then by chance, they wanted to realize this in a certain way. But if we talk about coincidences, another very crucial thing would be to observe the investor meeting. Each year on May 17th, there's an investor meeting to review the record of expenses and investments made in the said period. But the most important thing to discuss is when they're going to spend more money in the future. In this same meeting of Rockstar executives, where they were discussing how they would manage the year and what projects they had in mind, they stated that they were going to spend a lot of money the following year, specifically in the months of July and August, which is a bit suspicious. But mysteriously, right at these dates, without previously mentioning or saying anything about Red Dead Redemption, the first trailer popped up, which obviously makes sense. But it especially gives you an idea of the next plans they have in mind. That's why when the marketing budget or expenditure significantly increases, it's very normal that they are planning the release. And especially at the last meeting in May, they had mentioned that in 2024-2025, they were going to spend much more money than usual. In this document named Discase, which is a document from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, they ensure that they will spend $89 million during this period, more than double and triple any other year. But if you don't believe us, if you consider this to be trivial, this was confirmed directly by Rockstar. And where enters what we mentioned earlier, all these documents are entirely public. We can even leave links to these leaks, but it would be very difficult if we have to show you the capturing from the beginning, and we don't even tell you where we got it, because that's another very important thing. When this capture was leaked, nobody stated where it came from. They simply started to share it. Now imagine if we show you these reports and don't tell you where it came from. Or for example, we don't explain what these expenditures are. Well, obviously you won't comprehend anything, or if you share it, you won't be able to explain it. With this attitude, as we tell you, these same reports predicted that this attitude, the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, before any announcement or even a tweet of the same video game. And one of the last but not least important things is to follow Rockstar. We mean literally track them, either by sounds, by Twitter, or even their YouTube channel. Obviously, you're going to be the first to know when they publish and do something new. So in conclusion and to wrap up, you don't always have to believe any leak and get alarmed by them, especially today when most of these are falsified by literally a guide. You should just wait to dismantle many of these rulers and false leaks that are currently circulating on the internet. And tell us, what do you think of the GTA 6 leaks? Remember that you can leave it down in the comments. Also remember to leave a like, and above all, please subscribe. We have to feed our cats.